enter a room and feel it immediately. The awkward pause in conversation, the forced smiles, the subtle shift in energy. It's not your words or appearance causing this reaction. According to Carl Jung's research, what you're experiencing is the unconscious effect of your awakened psyche on those still trapped in society's illusions. Your very presence forces others to confront what they've buried within themselves. And most people will do anything to avoid that confrontation. Most people think of auras as colorful energy fields, but Jung revealed something far more fascinating. Your psychological aura isn't mystical. It's the electromagnetic signature of your level of consciousness. The more inner work you've done, the more your energy disrupts the collective trance of society. This isn't about being intimidating. This is about being integrated in a world that rewards fragmentation. When you face your shadows while others still run from theirs, your mere presence becomes a mirror they can't ignore. Your conversations skip past weather and sports, cutting straight to life's deepest questions. Where others see casual acquaintances, you see souls yearning for authentic connection. Jung wrote, "The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. Your intensity isn't aggression. It's the gravitational pull of someone who had stopped lying to themselves." How often have you been told to lighten up? That says everything about their comfort with depth, not your worth. Corporate icebreakers, family gatherings, the scripted dance of superficiality makes your soul feel nauseous. Jung recognized this as the revolt of the authentic self against social conditioning. Your discomfort isn't antisocial. It's your psyche rejecting the collective hypnosis that passes for normal conversation. The average person exchanges 15,000 words daily while saying nothing real. Your energy rebels against this emptiness. Strangers confess their deepest secrets to you within minutes of meeting. Cashiers share childhood trauma. Distant coworkers reveal marital problems. This isn't coincidence. It's the Jungian phenomenon of projection meeting your non-judgmental presence. Jung discovered that integrated individuals unconsciously become screens for others' repressed material. Your calm acceptance creates a vacuum that draws out what they've hidden from the world. But here's the painful paradox. While you become a vessel for others' catharsis, few offer you the same space to be heard. Eye contact with you feels different, not aggressive, but penetrating. Jung's research showed that the eyes transmit unconscious psychic material more powerfully than words. When you maintain steady eye contact, you're not just looking at someone, you're seeing through their persona to the wounded child beneath. Most people have never experienced this level of being witnessed. Their discomfort isn't about you. It's about confronting how rarely they show up as their authentic self. The flinch, the nervous laugh, the quick subject change. These are defense mechanisms against the vulnerability your gaze evokes. You trigger people without saying a word. Simply sitting quietly in a meeting, you notice colleagues becoming oddly defensive. A family member snaps at you for being judgmental when you've been silent. This is classic Jungian projection. Your centered energy becomes a blank canvas for others to paint their insecurities upon. Jung taught that the more whole you become, the more you highlight the fragmentation in those around you. Your peace mirrors their chaos. Your self-acceptance reflects their self-rejection. And because most would rather attack the mirror than face what it shows, you become the target for discomfort they can't name. Fake positivity feels like sandpaper on your soul. Toxic optimism, forced cheerfulness. These aren't just annoying to you. They feel physically painful. Jung warned about spiritual bypassing, using false positivity to avoid real growth. Your body has developed an allergic reaction to this deception. Where others see harmless social lubricant, you recognize emotional poison. That coworker who insists everything happens for a reason after a tragedy. The relative who demands you just be positive about legitimate pain. Your energy rejects these spiritual band-aids because your soul knows real healing begins in the shadow, not the spotlight. People's arguments fall apart when you ask simple questions, not because you're manipulative, but because your clarity exposes their unexamined assumptions. Jung called this holding up the mirror to the collective unconscious. Your very presence reveals the shaky foundations of socially accepted beliefs. A colleague rants about politics until you ask, what personal experience shaped that view? A friend complains about relationships until you inquire, what pattern do you keep recreating? These gentle probes don't attack, they illuminate. And for those not ready to confront their own contradictions, this light feels blinding. You experience intense connections that suddenly vanish. Deep conversations that feel like soul recognition, followed by ghosting. Jung explained this as the fright of individuation, when someone gets too close to their truth through you, then retreats to safer distances. These aren't failed relationships, they're successful mirrors. The abrupt ending isn't about your worth, but their readiness. As Jung wrote, most people don't want freedom because freedom requires responsibility. Your energy offers liberation they intellectually crave, but emotionally fear. Authority figures either adore or resent you. Teachers, bosses, parents. They sense you can't be controlled in conventional ways. Jung's sovereign archetype in you bows to no false hierarchy. This isn't rebellion. It's allegiance to a deeper truth that threatens those who've built identities on external validation. The insecure leader will try to break you. The awakened mentor will champion you. This polarization reveals more about their consciousness than your character. Your energy acts as a litmus test for authenticity in positions of power. You're often the villain in someone else's story. Despite your kindness, you're described as cold. Despite your compassion, you're called selfish. Jung revealed this as shadow projection. When people disown their darkness, they must paint it onto someone else. The more integrated you become, the more you attract these projections. Not because you're flawed, but because you're whole enough to contain what others have split off. Their accusations say nothing about you, and everything about the parts of themselves they refuse to acknowledge. Lost souls find you effortlessly. Airports, grocery lines, random encounters, they share life stories without prompting. Jung called this numinous attraction. Your energy emits a frequency that calls to those in spiritual crisis. You're not a therapist, but a way station for awakening souls. These encounters aren't accidents. They're the universe using your vibration to guide others home. The content matters less than the energy exchange. For a moment, they remember what truth feels like. You sense rooms before entering them. Tension, lust, deceit. You absorb atmospheres like an emotional barometer. Jung named this psychic permeability. Your nervous system has become finely tuned to detect unconscious undercurrents. This gift comes with a cost. Without proper boundaries, you become a dumping ground for collective angst. The solution isn't shutting down your sensitivity, but learning to differentiate your energy from others. Grounding techniques become essential armor in a world of emotional chaos. You've always felt like an outsider. Even as a child, you sensed you were different. Jung wrote, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are," but he didn't mention the loneliness of this path. Your energy isn't malfunctioning. It's operating at a frequency most can't yet receive. What you call alienation is actually advanced resonance. The modern world runs on 5G, while your soul transmits on 5D. The static isn't your fault. It's the interference of collective unconsciousness. Jung's final revelation changes everything. This isn't about you being too much. It's about society being too little. The problem isn't your energy's intensity, but the world's resistance to authenticity. Your discomfort in shallow environments isn't a flaw. It's the exact opposite. It's your psyche's immune response to spiritual poison. The very traits you've been taught to apologize for are actually evolutionary advantages in a world desperate for awakening. So the next time someone tells you to tone it down, remember Jung's words. The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. Your energy isn't intimidating. It's illuminating. And light, by its very nature, exposes what prefers to stay hidden. This isn't your burden to carry. It's your power to wield. The world doesn't need more people fitting in. It needs more individuals standing out. Your energy isn't too powerful for people. It's exactly what the world requires to remember its soul. The question isn't how can I dim my light, but who am I to keep hiding it? Jung's research suggests that your very presence is medicinal for a sick society. The reactions you inspire aren't judgments, they're symptoms. And symptoms always appear when healing begins. So breathe deep and stand tall. What you call isolation is actually initiation. The path ahead is lonely because few dare walk it, not because it leads nowhere, but because it arrives everywhere. Your energy doesn't scare people, it saves them. They just don't know it yet.